So hello everyone, this is your Krishna from Women Today YouTube channel. So in this channel, we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India. We are just traveling to different cities to their respective office locations, and we are conducting offline interviews, and we are also doing online interviews across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So today, right now, we have a guest from Jammu. Her name is Satvinder Kaur. She is a clarity and transformation coach. So I welcome you, Satvinder Kaur, ma'am, to this Women Today YouTube channel. So please kindly introduce me about yourself and to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Krishna, for such a warm welcome. And I am really grateful for being here. Hi, everybody. My name is Satvinder. I'm a corporate professional, mentor, and a clarity and confidence coach for women who are ambitious on the outside, but often overwhelmed in the inside. I work with women who are actually juggling careers, expectations, self doubt, responsibilities, and somewhere in between have forgotten their own voice. You know that feeling when your LinkedIn says thriving, but your inner voice says, girl, what is exactly happening with you? That's exactly where many women are today. So my coaching focuses on helping women move from confusion to clarity, self-doubt to self-trust, and burnout to balance. I combine mindset work, emotional awareness, and strategies to build confidence with tools to help them reconnect with themselves and build careers aligned with who they truly are. Because I honestly feel I don't believe women need more pressure to become perfect. I think they need permission to stop shrinking themselves. And one thing I deeply believe, Krishna, that confidence isn't about having all the answers. It's trusting yourself even when you are figuring things out. So that transformation means a lot to me. And watching women go from maybe I can't to why not me is the most rewarding part of what I do. So I think this is the background for me, Krishna, and thank you for letting me introduce myself.
So also tell us, when people they come to you to have a very good clarity, and if they want to come out of any kind of things which they want, which they feel themselves stuck, so what they can expect in your program, ma'am? So what they can expect when they come to you, and how do you actually make sure that you make them totally transfer from a stuck mode of life into a very clarity mode of life? So tell us about it, ma'am.
Okay. So Krishna, my program. So I'm a founder of Shira's Life Alchemy, and the method that I use is from chaos to crown. Okay. So now, what is chaos? Chaos is confusion, hurt, approval seeking, overthinking, and self doubt. Okay. So I work on these aspects and move them to the crown, wherein they are clear about what they need. Okay. Because right now, what I feel, Krishna, that the biggest problem is that people are not clear with what they want. Okay. And I always say, confusion is not lack of capability, it's usually mental and emotional overload. There are so many opinions, too much of comparison that is going on, and there is too much of pressure to have it all figured out. People expect us to know everything, right? And most women already know deep inside what they want. They have just become disconnected from their own voice. It's just that, so what I do is I help them pause, reflect, declutter mentally, and identify their strengths, their values, and priorities. And then what we do is we create practical action steps, which is very important. It comes slowly through self awareness and actions. So it's not that you will see overnight change, but then with the right practice and honesty, you will see a drastic change. So we work on the inner self, which automatically helps you evolve and grow from chaos to their crown. So that's how I help them move from confusion to clarity.
So basically, you're just, as you told, you're just decluttering the obstacle, which
Yes,
actually makes them
yes,
to have a lot of confusions instead of a very clarity kind of vision. So also tell us, well, when you
absolutely.
actually help women coming to you to achieve confidence, what is the most common obstacle? What is the most difficult obstacle that you think which is actually making them not to have a very clarity, good clarity in mission also, and also at the same time, what doesn't give them confidence? So tell us the biggest obstacle for women for gaining confidence. So tell us about it, man.
I feel, Krishna, it is perfectionism. Women often think that I will start when I will feel fully ready. They think that I will speak when I'll become more confident, right? And I'll apply when I meet 100% requirements. Meanwhile, some people, what they do is they apply after reading only the job title itself. Okay, they are not even bothered. Example, you'll be getting a lot of mails for jobs. I'm just giving small example. So there are people who will go through the complete mail and they will still feel that okay, my resume is not ready, right? But at the same time, there are people who will not even read the full email. They'll just see the title and they'll just push their resume, right? So, and I think one of my favorite quote is, "Doubt kills more dreams than failures ever will," right? So people don't even want to take risk, and I think this is the biggest obstacle that I feel women face while building confidence. So if they move from being perfect and start taking that small step, because I what I believe in is small, I mean one step is better than no step. Today you might take one step, you will fail, but still you have moved from a position A to point B, right? So I think that's where I feel the biggest obstacle comes, and once the ice breaks, I think that's when they see the progress.
Of course, we as human beings always are afraid of what will be the outcome if we are not perfect. We'll be always concentrating
Correct.
on the imperfect part, and because of it, the very first thing which we actually lose is our time, because we'll be thinking like we can just start at the perfect time, we can just start at the perfect time. But the thing is that only when you start, you can just be perfect. It's like only when you start
That's
sharpening your pencil, at one point of time, it will be in a very perfect condition. Unless and until you start working, then there will be no progress, and ultimately you cannot be perfect. So as you told, right now, every people who are watching this interview, they can actually start whatever they wanted to do, because at least they can learn from their mistakes. Of course,
correct.
first we should be blunt before we become sharp. So that's what
Exactly.
you're
Yeah.
trying to tell. That's a great thing, ma'am. And
Absolutely, Krishna. I think very, very nicely explained, Krishna, because, if you want to learn swimming,
yeah,
you might get a lot of knowledge, you might get a lot of theory, but you will have to get inside water, right? In order
exactly.
to learn. So you can't, it's the same thing. You will have to take that step, and you can't be perfect from day one. So I think that's where the biggest challenge lies, taking
That's a,
that first step.
yeah, taking the first step, that's a giant leap for us. It's not only for women but also for men. Take the very first step.
Yes,
That's what we need in our life with most confidence. So that was a great kind of message from you, ma'am. Also, can you please tell us any kind of success stories by which a person who was coming to you and they will be having a lot of self doubt within them, and after coming and having your wonderful programs, they will be going into self doubt mode, so to a totally different mode of career control. Self doubt mode is something like even if we do a very small kind of job, we'll be having a lot of things worrying us. We'll be having a lot of overthinking. There will be a lot of self-doubt.
Correct.
But after coming and
Correct.
meeting Satvinder Chaos to clarity coach like you, they'll be having a different kind of mode, that they'll be going into a different transformation, having their whole career under their control. So tell us about your success stories so that people will be able to know about them.
Yeah. So, Krishna, I would like to tell about one of the client. Okay. So I once worked with a woman who looked extremely successful externally. Okay. She was in a good position, good job, stable career, everything looked perfect. But internally, she felt exhausted. She felt disconnected and constantly she was doubting herself. And that's when she reached out that there was a void. There was something that was missing. And she was doing everything. She was getting good, appraisals, and, she was able to deliver the project. But then still, at the end of the day, she didn't feel that happiness. Even if, there was a win, she was not able to enjoy it. And that's when, she came to me. And in one of the sessions, what she said to me, I don't even remember the last time I chose myself. So she was constantly living for others. She was she was not enjoying her work. Okay. She was doing job because she wanted to be financially independent. She was taking care of the family. She was doing everything. But then she was not choosing herself. And that line stayed with me. So what we did is we started working on boundaries, confidence, communication, and started rebuilding her self-trust. When I say self-trust, with herself, because she was saying yes to everything and everybody. And to my, so with the work that we did, months later, she walked into an important leadership conversation she has avoided for years. And for the first time, she didn't minimize herself. She went and she spoke her heart out. And the way she presented herself, that really transformed her professional growth. And I think that's the power of the right life coach in your life, because they will move you from point A to point B, and the kind of confidence that you will be building, right? That transformation people will be able to see, the spark that you will have, because the kind of exercises, that tools that we use in order to bring or evolve the person is actually very amazing. Yeah.
So
So
that's
this is something I loved how she rediscovered herself and her voice.
of course, at one point of time, we'll be like burning out. We'll be having a lot of exhausted kind of moments in our life. Even if we may be in our kind of dream job, this situation will be coming. And at that point of
Yes.
time, we'll be still more having a lot of self-doubts. Because the thing is that we are doing what we need to do, but still there is a lot of lackings. There will be a lot of things which we feel like we are lagging, and also at the same time we are lacking something in our life. And yeah, I think if it's something like a person who is going to a kind of leadership mode, and if they're able to speak the heart out, then that's the thing which we
Yes.
need as the core point in our life. Because whatever we
Absolutely.
feel inside, we should actually will be able to communicate with others. Other, consider, even it may be
Absolutely.
a, yeah, it may be a small business or something like that. Even if maybe if we are having a small idea, only if we are able to express it out, we can actually convert our ideas into business. And it applies in each
Absolutely.
and every kind of parameters in our life. So consider, if you are
Absolutely.
going to have a very successful relationship, if there is a lot of things hidden in ourselves, and if you're not able to speak the heart out, it's like kind of blockage in the blood vessels. So consider, if you're going to have a blockage in the blood vessels, you will not be having your blood carried to your brain and heart, and ultimately your life will be over. So in the same way, if you are not able to speak our heart out, everything will be coming to, at one point of time, they will be coming to an exit mode. So yeah, that's it. This is the best success story which you can tell people, speaking your heart out, because consider for life, for business, for relationship, speaking our heart out boldly, confidently, in a leadership mode, it's the very thing which we need in our life. That's a great thing, ma'am. And also people coming to you, they'll be coming in different kind of modes. One will be having a very different kind of perspective, and another they'll be carrying out their life in a very different kind of perspective. So tell us, for each and every individual who are distinguished and who are having a lot of characteristics which is different from one another, how do you make sure that you tailor a very separate program for each and everyone, or is it like you have the same program to whomever coming to you? So tell us about the way you actually tailor your programs to the individuals coming to you. Tell us about it now.
Great question, Krishna. So, what I feel, and I don't believe in one size fits all coaching. Okay. Some clients need clarity, some need accountability, and some need emotional healing, right? And some honestly just need someone to remind them they are not failing at life. So I adapt my approach based on where they are emotionally and professionally. Because coaching is not about giving everyone the same map. It's about helping them discover their own path. And that's where actual click happens, right? When you know the person in and out. So my way of coaching is, first of all, understanding the root cause of why the person is in that situation. Once I understand that, that's when, I start working with the person. And what I believe in is, I don't want to create the different version of the person. Okay. Because I'll give you a small example. When a baby is born, right? Baby doesn't have confusion. Baby doesn't have clarity issue. Baby doesn't have overwhelmness, right? All this happens over a period of time with the experiences that we gain, right? With the situation that we have, with the traumas that we go through, right? And that's when all this starts building. So it's like an example I'll give you. A phone, right? When you get a new phone, I don't think, there is any problem. It works so beautifully, right? It's fast and, there is so much space. But when we start downloading apps, right? So what happens? It starts hanging. It shows storage full, right? So what do? Do you change your phone? No, you reset your phone, you remove certain apps. So it's the same thing, finding the right solution and bringing the person back to himself or herself. And I think that's my approach. Because the person was not the same prior to this. There have been certain instances, experiences, traumas, or maybe because of any particular scenario, the person went into that mode. And that's where I work, I go deep dive, understand, and tailor the coaching based on that. So yes, it varies from person to person.
Exactly. So it's basically like you're planting two different kind of plants, a tree, something like that. Consider one may be like a mango tree and some different kind of fruits. So consider if
Absolutely.
anything is going to happen to one particular tree, you can just go and have the same approach which you had with the other tree. Each and every tree there should be handled in the way to cure
Yes.
whatever kind of problems that the tree is having. So consider if a mango tree is going to have some kind of problems, then you should be having a kind of approach which will help that mango tree go back to the best version of itself, like to go back to be the best mango tree, not like a tree which has jackfruit in it. Because in the same way,
Absolutely.
you're just making sure whomever individuals coming to you, you find out the kind of exact problems existing in them, and you're just bringing out the better version of themselves instead of trying to make them have the characteristics of the best version of someone else, because that's not going to be
Absolutely.
them at the very end, because each and every day in our life we want to be the best version of ourselves instead of going and have the characteristics of the best version of others. So I think this is
Absolutely.
what best you can do to your clients. That's a great thing, ma'am. So yeah.
I think very nice example that you gave, Krishna, and I'll just make it quick. Basically, I hope you know that every plant needs a different environment.
Exactly.
So, a plant which needs sun, you cannot keep in dark. So, I really loved your example, and I think that's very apt for what I explained for my coaching, approach.
Exactly. Of course, sunflower cannot grow in dark. Sunflower needs sunlight.
Exactly.
So exactly.
Exactly. So it's the environment. It's the environment. It's the approach that overall helps in person's coaching. So that's what is my approach when it comes to preparing the coaching plan. Yeah.
So also when it comes to confidence and also when it comes to career goal achievements, there will be a lot of misconceptions whenever they're thinking about achieving confidence, because sometimes people do kind of mismatch. There'll be a lot of misunderstandings between confidence and something like bragging themselves or something like telling more kind of things about themselves. So also there will be a lot of misconceptions about career goals and achieving success in that. So tell us, how, as a clarity coach, how do you actually prevent these kind of misconceptions, and tell us what is the most common misconceptions. So tell us about it now.
So Krishna, what I feel is people think that confident people never feel fear. I think this is the biggest misconception. Okay, but that's not true at all. Confident people feel fear too. Okay, they have just stopped allowing fear to control every decision. Okay, so there will be a lot of procrastination. There'll be a lot of resistance that comes. Okay, but how you overcome that, I think that's what confident people know how to overcome that. So I feel that this is the biggest misconception about confidence, that people who are not confident, they feel that okay, fine, I can't talk, I'm not dressed well, I'm not beautiful. But confident people, what they do is, however it is, let me just go and try. They also have fear, but then they are not scared to take that step. So I think that's the biggest misconception about confidence. And how to overcome is by working on yourself. Okay, I think people have started believing in social media so much that we open Instagram and we see people putting up those videos, and but then what they don't understand is that's just one shot of their life, and they would have taken 100 takes of that, right? And we as a person are scared to take that one step because we feel that, oh, I am not good in talking, I will not be able to present myself well. But ideally what we see on screen, there are 100 takes which are already done, right? Even the actors, they are not just giving one take for the shoot, they are doing multiple. So I think this is something that a message that I would want to give to my audience, and via you, that don't believe in what you see on real life, because real life is way different. So you don't know what you're seeing, so don't compare yourself and feel that you're not ready. So you go ahead and take that first step, and you have long way to go. Yeah.
So this is what we have discussed in the very first kind of conversation which we had. Something like, instead of being perfect, we can just start doing what we wanted to do. Ultimately, on kind of working on ourselves, gradually we'll be perfect. So in the same way, as you told that the most common misconception about confidence is very simple. People always think that confidence is something like lacking fear. Lack of fear is confidence. But the thing is that knowing what is going to be the outcome, like predicting and kind of having a simple probability of analyzing what's going to happen, even if it's not going to be the kind of positive outcomes, we should make courage within ourselves and we should start doing it. Ultimately and gradually
Yes,
we can achieve. So confidence is not
absolutely.
something like we totally want to ignore and we totally want to eliminate fear. Instead, we can just accept, yes, we have fear, but the thing is that we should be having that kind of confidence. We can overcome that fear by doing whatever we wanted to do.
Yes,
Also,
and it is good to have. It is good to have that fear, Krishna. Reason being, that means that you are evolving. That means that you're growing. Okay, because if you don't have fear of failure, that means that you are overconfident. So when you are anybody for that matter, when they go on stage, there is a little bit of fear of how it'll go. So I think it is all okay. It is always okay to have little bit of fear, but then how you overcome that, that actually makes or breaks. Yeah.
even if we follow these kind of things, still more there will be a lot of self doubt people will be having. And tell us a method by which one can overcome this kind of imposter syndromes. First of all, please tell us the meaning behind this imposter syndrome so that audience will be having a greater perspective on it, and also tell us how we can actually overcome this kind of imposter syndrome. Tell us about it, ma'am.
So see, first of all, what I do is I normalize it. Okay. Even highly successful people experience imposter syndrome. Okay. The issue is not having self doubt occasionally. Okay. The issue is believing every negative thought that is true. Okay. Example I'll give. I'm not a good speaker. So you are not telling me that actually, Krishna. That's something that I am telling myself. Correct?
Exactly.
So it's not the outer voice, it's what I believe. So what you say might not impact, but if I have that thought in my subconscious mind, that will impact my reaction. So what I do is I help clients identify those limiting beliefs and challenge the negative self talk that they do, that I am not good enough, I can't do it, I will not be able to do it. So I help them challenge those negative self talks and celebrate evidence of their capabilities. Okay. And rebuild self trust through small, consistent wins. We have stopped actually enjoying our small wins, right? Earlier what used to happen is if we are winning a race in school, we used to be so happy, we used to come and enjoy that, with the family. But right now it's like, okay, fine, it's just one race that I have won, right? So this is something that I help them enjoy, because sometimes women don't need more qualifications. Okay, they need to stop questioning their own worth every 5 minutes. So if you notice, I mean, I would challenge you also for that matter. During the day, how many times did you actually doubt or question your action? Did you
Yeah, actually, I do a lot of times.
during?
Actually, it's a common kind of psychology in humans. We'll be having a lot of self doubts. We'll be having a lot of overthinking whether we'll be able to do it or not. Yeah, day by day, for each and everything, there will be. Of course, as a human, we have confidence, but at the same time, some kind of things which will be kind of revolving in our mind. Yes, we do have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thought of what will people say. So I'll tell you, today I was talking to one of my client, Krishna. She's a well-educated woman. She was doing, well in Bangalore. She got married, and for 3 years after marriage, she was there in Bangalore. And suddenly, then husband decided to move back to his hometown. Okay. Now, now she wants to do something, but then she has that fear because what will people say? Her in-laws don't want her to work because people will think that their daughter-in-law is working, right? So these are some of the things that actually pull the person's success, and they don't let you move ahead in life. So it's not about your inner voice. You're actually, people will keep talking. I mean, I don't know if you understand Hindi. लोगों का काम है कहना, right? And your job is to overcome that thought. How will you do it? By believing in yourself, by believing in your capabilities. When you will have self-love. So all those things actually help you in overcoming this imposter syndrome.
So thinking that we can achieve having that kind of mindset is the very first step which we can
Yes,
have, because yeah, of course, fixing a
absolutely.
positive mindset is very important in our life. So also tell us, how do you think that these kind of mind shift from having a lot of confusion kind of mindset to having a very lot of confident mindset can actually play a very vital role in achieving success and achieving clarity? So tell us the importance to have these kind of positive mindset, which will ultimately help us gain clarity in our life. So tell us about it now.
Great question again, Krishna. Have you heard about or have you read the book The Secret?
Come again, ma'am.
Have you read or heard or watched the movie The Secret?
The Secret. I haven't watched it. Is it a Hollywood movie?
No. Yeah. So it's kind of short movie that is being created on the power of your subconscious mind and power of your words. What we speak, what we say actually come true. Okay. So, mindset shifts everything. It can change everything around you. So, example, if you are positive, you might see that you have all good people coming and attracting you, right? But if you are not feeling good and you have, I mean, whole day out, you keep saying that, oh, you know what, this is not good, oh, this is not happening, oh, this is not right, then you will attract that energy. Okay. So, when you keep saying, I am not good enough, I am too late, what if I fail, then there is no way that you can attract positivity, or you can attract anything good. So the biggest or the first step to come out of confusion stage is when you start affirming, when you start saying that I can do it. You just say it loudly once. I can do it. Okay. I am enough. I will be able to achieve it. That automatically change the energy in your body, right? So I think that's what I tell my clients, and there is something that we do with the client, wherein it's a very powerful shift when they realize that you can feel fear but still move forward, and that actually changes life. So it's about affirming yourself, and the power of affirmations is actually amazing. So that's how the biggest change starts, or biggest mindset shift happens, when you start doing a positive talk to yourself. Yeah.
Of course, starting our day with a positive kind of talks is very much important in our life. As you told that, yeah, I am going to do the best. Of course, even great personalities like consider Bollywood star Shah Rukh Khan, he is the greatest star in the world. And he used to tell in an interview that whenever he wakes up in the morning, he used to look at the mirror and he used to say that he's not only used to say it, but I think he'll be also saying it even right now in the present situation, that the very first thing which he talks to himself in the mirror is, I'm the best. Even if
Yes.
he is not going to be the best, he's making a positive mindset that he is the best. And ultimately, he is going to achieve the best out of him. As he told that, okay, only when we have a positive mindset, we'll be able to attract whatever positive things that are available in and around us. As he told, I think the movie The Secret, which you spoke about, about the subconscious memory power, and also about the kind of power of words that plays a very vital
Yes.
role. Of course, if we consider, there is a very famous example that whatever you're thinking in your subconscious mind, you can make it happen. Consider that there is a famous example that most of the people tell, the law of attraction, something like that. Consider if you're going to
Of attraction.
look for, yeah. Consider if you're going to look for red cars out of nowhere in the road, then you will be able to figure out where is that red car moving. Of course, there will be a lot of
Yes.
colors, of course, but you can see that red car. It's not only about cars. Consider if you're going to think that I'm going to earn some amount of money, and if you're going to look for many jobs, consider you are not able to find a job which suits your department, which suits your degree, which you studied. But if you keep on thinking, having a positive mindset, like, okay, I'll be able to figure out, then you'll be able to figure out. So it's like the famous, I say in many interviews, like the famous Hollywood star, Tom Cruise. Whenever he is going to perform a great stunt, of course, he is not going to know the outcome, but he is a very positive mindset that we can achieve it. But he is not,
That
gradually he is going to figure out how he can make it happen. So in the same way, positive mindset works in each and every department in our life. So that's what
yes.
you are telling via the example about the secret movie, and
Yes.
also about the power of words. Of course, when we say we can do it, our brain will be kind of going in a positive mindset, and it will be kind of figuring out in the frequencies, the wavelength around it, and ultimately it will be able to fetch that answer. Because positive mindset is something like a TV remote control, like a frequency of a radio. Only when we tune into it, only when we believe in ourselves, we'll be able to kind of see what's available in the store for us. So also,
Absolutely.
yeah, exactly, ma'am. So people, they'll be still more, they'll be able to break a lot of negative mindset. They should break it. So tell us any
Yes.
strategies by which one can overcome this kind of overwhelm thing which they have, and also tell us a strategy by which we can actually prioritize our goals, because without having a proper priority in our life, our kind of thinking and our way we work will actually divert from our goals. So tell us a strategy by which we can have overcome this kind of overwhelm, and how we can actually prioritize our goals, ma'am.
Great. I think you yourself answered while asking the question. Okay. Overwhelm is what? It usually happens when people try to carry tomorrow because they are thinking about, what will happen tomorrow, what will happen next year, and what is everyone else expected, right? So there is, I mean, instead of thinking, what do I want? So people have stopped thinking about what do I want, and they want to think about whatever is going on around them, right? So what I do is I help clients simplify and prioritize. Not everything needs your energy, okay? Not every opportunity deserves your energy. I will put it that way, okay? Not every task is urgent right now, okay? And not every goal needs to happen immediately. Sometimes, what we need to do is, example, today for me, I think my daughter was my priority, right? Now, tomorrow, I know that my daughter is now settled. I can focus on, example, a particular client, right? So the client is going to be my priority tomorrow. So that's how, prioritizing is what actually helps you in overcoming overwhelmness. And that's where, the shift happens. So when you know what is important, so there are 10 tasks for the day, you should know that these are the 10 things that I need to do or I need to achieve. Then you have to, prioritize that which one needs my attention today, which one can wait for tomorrow, or which one is high urgency, right? So when we differentiate, when we categorize things in this way, I think it becomes much more achievable. It becomes much more doable, and I think that's where actual shift happens.
So basically, like we should give priority to the kind of important things, and we can just figure out
Yes.
doing things later, which can be even postponed, like to the next day. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So basically, in one line, if I say it is actually what actually matters to me right now. So that's the bottom line that I will, deal with overwhelmness.
so current thing. So what is the right minute? What is the right thing which we can do in this minute, which will actually help to achieve success? So I think that's the good thing which you told, ma'am. So also tell us, each and every people, they'll be having a lot of values. Of course, we have discussed it even before. There'll be a lot of individuality. They'll be having a lot of worth within themselves. So
Yeah.
tell us a way, as a clarity coach, how they can figure out the kind of professional work that they can do, which actually incorporates all these kind of values, ma'am.
Good question. I think, Krishna, a career may look successful externally, okay, but still feel empty internally if it is not aligned with your values. Okay. Example: if I love talking to people, if I love helping them, but the role that I'm playing is of backend, wherein I am doing a desk job. So that is not aligned with my vision, my values, right? So I will end up not enjoying that. So what I do is I help client identify what exactly helps or makes them feel fulfilled. Okay. And when I say fulfillment, genuinely what means or what matters to them. It's not about what society is asking out of them or what relatives are saying or what social media is saying. What actually matters or makes them feel happy. So that's something I need to identify. Okay. Because success without peace becomes exhausting very quickly. So example, if I'm a life coach and I am working with my clients and I am healing them, but if I'm not working on my own energy, right, I will get drained. I will not be able to help for longer duration. So in order to ensure that I am giving my best, I need to ensure that I am refilling my own cup also, and I'm not just helping others. So I think because success without peace becomes exhausting, and that's something that is my mantra, that do what you enjoy, because that's when you'll be successful.
I think ultimately our goal is to find peace, but only when we do the best work which actually makes us feel happiness, because only after feeling happiness we can ultimately achieve peace. So I think
Yes.
doing what we actually love and doing what we think we are actually capable of will actually ultimately lead to peace. So I think
Yes.
that's the great thing. Doing what we love is the very important thing which we should have in our life, man. So yeah, ma'am, we have discussed a lot about building confidence and having a clarity about our kind of career. So tell us, after achieving confidence, how can we make sure we actually attain it till the end of our life? Because once we achieve something, gradually we will be having fader kind of things happening in our life. It will be keep on fading. So tell us a key thing of actually kind of maintaining our confidence till the end of our life, ma'am.
I think consistency is the key, Krishna. So whatever you have learned, it's not about, because see, a life is constant learning, right? So you have to ensure that you keep evolving, you keep upgrading yourself with time, and also the right practices that you have done, which has moved you from confusion to clarity, you continue to do that. Because like I said, this is not a overnight fix. Okay. Because mindset shift is something that will happen when you spend that time on yourself. There are different things that you can do. Maybe music can actually help you stay in that peaceful zone. And for me, it might be reading. right? Or it can be different things, right? So ensure that you are in a positive energy, positive vibes, and doing things what you love, and not let the outer noise impact you. And I think that's what helps you stay in the energy and continue to evolve.
Of
Yeah.
course, consistency is the key to success, and maintaining this kind of confidence consistently will ultimately lead to success. So, yeah, ma'am, we have
Yes.
discussed a lot in this interview. So, one final question for this interview is very simple. Why are this interview? If you wanted to tell any kind of message to the people who are watching this interview, especially to people who actually find a lot of obstacles, who find a lot of difficulties, who actually struggle to find the best career growth, the best career opportunities which they have in their life. So what would be like that one particular message that you would like to tell to the audience via this interview right now, ma'am?
Okay. So Krishna, I think from confidence standpoint, if I say, so real confidence is not believing that nothing bad will happen. Okay. It's about believing, even if things go wrong, I trust myself to handle it. I think this is the mindset that the person should have, because not every time things are in our hands. Whatever is in our hands, we will work on it, right? But if anything goes wrong, I should be mentally strong to handle it, right? And challenges are going to be part of life, but resilience, self awareness, and emotional grounding will help people recover without losing themselves. So I think that's where that's what is the key, that people are successful. And my advice to women who are struggling to find their path, right? Please stop believing you are behind in life. Most people are figuring things out as they are working, or as they are going ahead in life. You don't need a perfect roadmap to take that next step. And honestly, sometimes the path appears only after you start working. So just trust yourself enough to begin, and give yourself that one decision, because I think that one decision will change your whole life. And I think that that's something that will require courage in order to take that step. And that's the reason I have become a coach. I want to ensure that that nobody has to walk that path alone. Okay, when I started, when I was in your stage, or the confusion stage, there was nobody to hold my hand. But now my mission is to reach that women, reach that girl who is seeking that support, who needs that emotional grounding, and help them come out of it beautifully, because I know that you are meant for a lot more. So don't settle for anything less. Yes, it'll be difficult, it'll not be very easy. You might feel fear, you might feel that you're being selfish. But sometimes being selfish is important to be that. It's better than being I'm not able to recollect that word. But sometimes for yourself you have to become selfish, because when you are walking that path, you might feel that you are alone, you will not have anybody walking along with you. But when you become successful, everybody comes along. So don't worry about losing out anybody. But because once you achieve something, your family will be so proud of you, and they will be standing right there with you. So yeah, that's a message that I want to give to the women who are struggling to
Yeah, that's
find their
was
path.
once again that was a great message from you. Of course, people have to kind of not fear and have to overcome everything. As we told that confidence is something like not lacking fear. Even if you know the outcome, if it's not going to kind of go in the right way, we should having a mindset that okay, we can achieve it no matter or what. It's like before flying an aircraft, a pilot, he knows that even something bad, he'll be able to figure something out, and ultimately he'll be able to land that flight. It's like carrying the lives of all the passengers, knowing what is the going to knowing that there will be even more dangers to come. So we should not worry about that fear. Of course, fear will be there, but we should know whatever things that may be happening in life, we should actually overcome it. And also telling about the sacrifice that you tell to your women's coming to you. Of course, it's not like sacrificing. It's simply like prioritizing the work, as we discussed even before. We should know at this time what we actually want to prioritize. Whatever the society tells, we actually know that, okay, in our younger age, education is our priority. In our later age, our professional work is very important. That's our priority. So ultimately, by following all these kind of things, we can achieve clarity and of course success at the very end. So that's a great message from you, ma'am. So people who are
Thank
watching this interview right now, please do subscribe to our Women Today YouTube channel. Please click on the bell icon to have some kind of notifications whenever I do post new videos regarding women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So today's your host is Krishna, hosting this Women Today YouTube channel, and today's our guest is from Jammu, a clarity and a transformation coach. Her name is Satvinder Kaur. So thank you once again, Satvinder Kaur, ma'am, for having me host this wonderful interview with you. So good evening, ma'am. Have a nice day.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Krishna.
Thank you, ma'am.